I stood frozen, watching flames devour my wedding dress. The delicate cream silk I'd spent 7 months designing now a charred, melting ruin. Evelyn Carter, my soon-to-be mother-in-law, stood in the bridal suite of Pittsburgh's majestic hall, a lighter gripped in her polished fingers, her face twisted with venomous triumph. "Now you can't marry my son," she spat, her voice sharp with mania. "Nathan deserves someone from our world, not a nobody from the suburbs." She slung her designer bag over her shoulder, smug as if she'd won a war. "My name is Nora Bennett, and at 26 I never imagined I'd be watching my dream dress burn 20 minutes before my wedding." My 3 bridesmaids stood in stunned silence, their sage green gowns a cruel contrast to the smoldering heap at my feet. "Mrs. Carter," I said, my voice steady despite the chaos in my chest as I reached for my phone, "you have no idea what you've done." She laughed, sharp and brittle. "What I've done? I've saved Nathan from the worst mistake of his life. You think your little marketing job and community college degree make you worthy of a Carter? Nathan belongs with Lauren Prescott. Her family owns half of Pittsburgh." I tapped my phone, watching her smugness flicker. My bridesmaid, Sarah, cracked a window to clear the thickening smoke. "The wedding's off," Evelyn declared, waving a hand. "I'll tell everyone you panicked. Nathan will be upset, but he'll get over it." "Are you sure?" I asked, turning my screen toward her. It showed a live feed of the ceremony space, white chairs in neat rows, a rose-draped arch, and a giant screen now broadcasting this very room, capturing Evelyn's arson and her vicious words in real time. Her face drained of color. What is that?" "The live stream," I said calmly. "For Nathan's aunt in California and my brother overseas. It's been running for 30 minutes, guests arriving, the quartet tuning up, and you torching my dress while proclaiming I'm not good enough." "Turn it off!" Evelyn lunged, her composure shattering. "You trapped me!" Sarah stepped in front of her. "Mrs. Carter, everyone just saw you commit a crime on live video. Maybe think about your next move." My phone buzzed with messages. My bridesmaid, Lily, glanced at it and gasped. "Nathan's coming up!" Evelyn's eyes darted wildly, searching for an exit. "This isn't what it looks like," she stammered. "I was testing the fabric. Dresses are supposed to be fire-resistant." From my phone, we heard gasps from the guests. Someone had pivoted the live stream, now showing the crowd's reaction. Nathan's father, Henry, sat rigid in the front row. Nathan's best man, Tyler, was already sprinting toward the building. Most striking was Nathan himself, no longer at the altar but racing up the aisle, his face a storm of shock and rage. "Nora," my bridesmaid Emma whispered. "What? About the ceremony? Should we send everyone home?" I stared at the blackened remnants of my dress, scraps on the polished oak floor. The practical part of me, the part that had juggled night classes and 2 jobs to earn my degree, was already plotting. "No," I said firmly. "The wedding's happening, just differently." The door flew open. Nathan stood there, tuxedo, pristine, his gaze shifting from me to his mother to the ruined dress. The venue manager and Henry appeared behind him, both grim. "Mom," Nathan said, his voice low and lethal, "tell me I didn't just see you burn Nora's dress while saying she's beneath us." Evelyn's defiance melted into desperation. "Sweetheart, I was protecting you. This girl's after your money, your status. I was testing her." "Stop!" Nathan snapped. "Stop lying, I heard it all." He turned to me, his eyes softening. "Nora, I'm so sorry. I had no idea she'd go this far." I stepped over the ashes, closing the distance. "It's just a dress," I said, though it was so much more. Months of sketches, fittings, dreams. "But your mom just showed the world what she thinks of us." Nathan took my hands, ignoring Evelyn's protests. "What do you want to do? Your call." Before I could answer, Henry stepped forward, his voice taut. "Evelyn, what have you done?" The quiet fury in his tone was new, chilling. "Henry, please," Evelyn pleaded. "You know the Prescotts are a better match. Their family's been Pittsburgh elite for decades, not like Nora with her—" "Her what?" Henry cut in. "Her career she built from nothing? Her integrity?" He shook his head. You've gone too far. My phone kept buzzing, guests reacting to the live stream. The venue coordinator, Claire, hovered. Ms. Bennett, the guests are confused. Should we announce something? I glanced at the dress's remains, then at my bridesmaids' determined faces. A plan sparked. Tell them we're adjusting plans, but the ceremony's on in 15 minutes. Evelyn scoffed. In what? Your slip? You can't. In my backup dress, I said, cutting her off. The room stilled. Nathan blinked. You have a backup? I didn't, but my job at the ad agency had taught me to pivot fast. Emma, I said, turning to her, remember that bridal shoot for Pittsburgh Elegance? Call Mara and see if her sample gown's available. Emma's eyes lit up. The cream lace column dress? It's your size. Henry pulled out his phone. I'll send my driver. Where's the boutique? As they coordinated, I faced Evelyn, her plan unraveling. You thought a dress would stop us, after everything Nathan and I have faced? They're all watching, she hissed, pointing at my phone. They saw your humiliation. Yes, I said, and they'll see what comes next. I turned to the camera, knowing guests were tuned in. To everyone waiting, thank you. For sticking with us. The ceremony's delayed, but love doesn't burn. We'll be there soon. Cheers crackled through the speakers. Nathan faced his mother. You need to leave. Dad will take you home. You're not welcome here. Evelyn's face twisted. You'd pick her over me? After all I've done? After today? Nathan said. Absolutely. The next 15 minutes were a blur. Security escorted Evelyn out at Henry's insistence. Mara arrived with 2 sample dresses. The suite became a makeshift atelier, bridesmaids and volunteers rallying. This one, Sarah said, holding up a sleek lace gown. It's you, strong, elegant. The venue's seamstress worked magic with pins and stitches. Nathan returned to the guests, his voice carrying via the live stream. Today didn't go as planned, he said, steady. But Nora and I believe marriage isn't about perfect moments. It's about facing the messy ones together. Applause echoed. Lily adjusted a borrowed veil. You're stunning, she said. The dress wasn't my original vision. Simpler, bolder, but it felt right, like me, reshaped by fire, but unbroken. Henry knocked, entering. Nora, you're radiant. His voice caught. I'm sorry for Evelyn. This was unforgivable. You didn't light the match, I said. He nodded. Nathan says they're ready. Also, your boss, Tim, is here, filming for what he calls Pittsburgh's viral love story. I laughed. Tim never missed a branding chance. My ad work had shown me that chaos could birth the best stories. Claire appeared. We're set, Ms. Bennett. Music's ready, lighting's adjusted for your dress. One thing, I said. The live stream's still on? Can we project it in the ceremony space? I want everyone to see the journey, not just the end. 10 minutes later, my bridesmaids and I walked the venue's courtyard path, the feed showing every step, not a traditional entrance, but a testament. Nothing could stop us. Guests' applause grew as we neared the hall. Nathan waited inside, his face brightening. Ready to get married? More than ever, I said, taking his hand. The ceremony wasn't what we'd rehearsed, but it was ours. Guests stood, clapping, their faces alive with admiration, not just joy. Henry stood, tall in the front row, the seat beside him empty. Our officiant, Reverend Ellis, adapted seamlessly. Dearly beloved, he began, we're here not just for a wedding, but a victory of love over sabotage. Nora and Nathan have faced their first trial and emerged stronger. Nathan added to his vows, unscripted. I promise to shield our love from anyone who'd tear it down, he said, eyes locked on mine, especially if they're family. The crowd murmured approval. A hitch came with the rings. Evelyn had them last. Henry stepped up, producing them. I grabbed these earlier, he whispered, just in case. After we were pronounced husband and wife, the room erupted. Walking back down the aisle, I saw Tim filming, grinning. The reception in the hall's ballroom buzzed with defiance. Guests swapped the usual small talk for stories of resilience. A custom Instagram filter, our names with a phoenix, spread fast. You're trending, Sarah said. Love won't burn. Nathan's friend, Kyle, a PR guy, approached. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette wants a quote. They're calling this Pittsburgh's unbreakable wedding. Tell them we're grateful for the support, Nathan said, arm around me. And that love wins when you stand together. Henry worked the room, apologizing to guests, distancing himself from Evelyn's allies, who'd slipped away. Nathan's aunt, Clara, leaned in at dinner. Henry's furious. Evelyn's threatening to cut Nathan from the family trust if he doesn't fix this. Henry told her she's the one at risk after today. Nathan nodded. Dad's always been the family's spine. Mom just thought she called the shots. Our first dance felt lighter without Evelyn's shadow. Colleagues from my agency filled empty tables, their warmth replacing her clique. The photographer, hired by Evelyn, approached. About the fire, photos, some guests snapped them. Keep them private? No, I said, glancing at Nathan. It's our story. My phone pinged. A clip of Evelyn's act had hit 30,000 views on a local news site, comments flooding with support and shared. In-law horror stories. You've sparked something, Tim said. My phone pinged. A clip of Evelyn's act had hit 30,000 views on a local news site, comments flooding with support and shared in-law horror stories. You've sparked something, Tim said. People are rallying around standing up to toxic family. Nathan's cousin, Ellie, came over, earnest. Not everyone's like Aunt Evelyn. Most of us think she went too far. You've got us. The night wound down with a surprise. A board at the ballroom's entrance covered in guest notes. Under Love Endures for Nora and Nathan. Your bridesmaids set it up, Claire said. Messages ranged from "You're unstoppable" to "Thank you for showing love wins." A week into our Santorini honeymoon, the story's ripples grew. On our villa's balcony, Nathan scrolled, updates. Dad says Mom's with her cousin in Columbus claiming she was testing fabric. Nobody's buying it. I laughed, adjusting my sunglasses. Hard to spin you can't marry my son with a lighter. The Pittsburgh media had latched on, turning our wedding into a symbol of defying toxic dynamics. Blogs and magazines wanted interviews about setting boundaries. Tim texted, Agencies got 4 new clients asking for the Phoenix team. Panel on crisis branding when you're back? Nathan squeezed my hand. Only if you want. We can keep this ours. I thought of the messages from couples facing similar family battles. Maybe we can help. Not how I pictured starting our marriage, but it's real. 3 months later, we attended the Carter Foundation's gala, our first big event post-honeymoon, at the Pittsburgh History Center. Evelyn's usual showcase was now Henry's, reimagined with warmth. Nervous? Nathan asked as we arrived. A bit, I admitted, smoothing my sapphire gown from Mara's shop, now a local hit thanks to our story. Henry greeted us, vibrant. The couple who inspired our new mission. He led us to a display for Phoenix. Fund, grants for women rebuilding after hardship. The logo, a subtle phoenix. We've funded 12 women already, he said. Your resilience inspired it. A young grantee approached. Your wedding gave me strength to leave my controlling. In-laws, I'm launching a bakery now. Later on the terrace, Nathan got a text from Henry. Your mom's back in Pittsburgh, agreeing to therapy if she wants any chance with us. Tough road ahead. I squeezed his hand. We'll face it together, like always. He smiled. Some fires destroy. Others show what's unbreakable. 6 months out, our life feels transformed. The gala marked a shift. Henry's leadership, the foundation's new heart. Evelyn's return is rocky, therapy's slow, and Nathan's cautious but open. Media buzz has faded, but our story lives in the Phoenix Fund, in couples who write us in Mara's thriving boutique. At home, I keep a note from the gala board on my desk. You showed love can rise from ashes. Thank you. My dress, borrowed, perfect, hangs in our closet, a reminder not of loss, but of what we built from it. Evelyn tried to burn our future, but she only forged it stronger. Every step we take, hand in hand, proves her wrong. And I'd walk through those flames again in a heartbeat,